This episode of The Beef Show is sponsored by Major Look Studios, currently offering a variety of photo and or video sessions with a focus on personality and originality. This full service also offers post-production to ensure you will receive the highest quality content possible. Your ideas and locations will be fully considered and happily negotiated, open to all types of people and subjects. They will do personal, commercial, promotional, band artist, cosplay, model, erotic, landscape, senior photo, small event, short film, video advertisement, and podcasts, I guess. Visit them online today at majorlookstudios.com. Sufficient?
Got it. Majorlookstudios.com.
Woot. Live from West Michigan, it's The Beef Show with Brandon Braisted.
I said, give me a hell yeah!
And I think that's working now. Good afternoon, everybody listening to The Beef Show. Hopefully it's someone this time. My name is Brandon Braisted. In studio over the internet today, we have David Hamlin joining us just shortly. If you want to get a hold of the show, beefshow71@gmail.com is the easiest way to go about it. You can also visit facebook.com/beefshow. You can tweet your hate at me, at beefandgr. You can also subscribe to this podcast via iTunes or Google Play or your favorite pod-catching device by searching Beef Show. If it says anything about food, it's not us. Direct download the show at thebeefshow.libsyn.com. And if you would like to advertise your product, service, or event on The Beef Show at the very beginning, sometime in the middle and close to the end, go to advertisecast.com and search The Beef Show. Like I said, he's back. Everyone's favorite guest on The Beef Show. The highest downloaded episode we ever had featured an amateur disc golfer out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, sponsored by GR Hobby and Disc Golf, David Hamlin. Say hi, Dave.
Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you? Not getting a lot of response. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's no big deal.
So this was...
I just want to say something real quick. When I was told that there was a request for me to come back, I thought for sure it was Barbasol because I was advertising them last time, but it's not. So my apologies to Barbasol, and I'd like to thank Major Look Studios for requesting me to come back here. I'm happy to do it.
All right, cool. Dave, we're happy to have you back. So, the format of The Beef Show's changed a little bit. This will be the last time, for a while at least, we will do a show that is more focused on national sports than on localized, more Michigan-y sports. But we had already scheduled it because Dave said, Beef, when can I be back on The Beef Show? And I was like, well, we have a sponsor that wants you back on. And he said, Barbasol? And I said, no, not really. Actually, that didn't happen. I had to beg Dave to come on. We did have one other gentleman who was supposed to join us. His name is Aaron Bierlein. He hosts a conservative talk podcast called Wrong Think Radio. Now, Aaron and I have been friends for the better part of 15 years, so it wasn't like he was going to come in here and start spewing hate speech or whatever the people think is wrong with conservatives these days. It was just two buddies going to get together along with Dave and pick brackets. But, and this is the irony, he's a Green Day fan, like myself. That's how we met. He's at a Green Day concert tonight. A conservative, Make America Great Again talk host is at a Green Day concert. If you recognize the irony, please don't fall over laughing. So,
I think you could have recognized the irony like 20 years ago.
But anyway, but he sends his regards, and he did actually fill out a bracket. He's a part of our bracket challenge. For the listeners of this show, and Dave, this is you, get online, go to beefshow.mayhem.cbssports.com. You can join our bracket challenge. Whoever wins the bracket challenge gets a free Beef Show t-shirt that will be coming to you in about 4 to 6 weeks.
What's the retail value on a Beef Show t-shirt, and are they for sale? Can I get one online?
We are currently working with the manufacturer. We're actually going through a couple different people because the one won't return my phone calls.
Is that Hanes?
No, it's not Hanes. No, this would be the actual company that would actually make the graphics part of the t-shirt. The t-shirt will come from stock. So, when we get all that sorted out, that will be the first piece of merchandise, and I know I've got to buy at least 5 of them for different supporters of the show, like Major Look Studios and our producer who does a whole bunch of shit for free for this show, Alex Shakow. Say hi, Alex.
Hey, what's going on? A trolly Green Day comment. Just figure.
Hey, are you guys there?
No, man, we left.
Okay.
Did you not hear me?
Yeah.
So, is Alex saying hi again, or
No.
off at?
All right, for those curious, we had a little bit of a snafu with the internet, because we're recording this video during prime internet usage time. So, when we switch over to the more localized format, we still have to talk about national sports to keep people's attention. So this segment of the show, because I was told your show needs segments, is our national look back. Things that have happened since the last time we were on the air.
Trump, 2K16.
No. We were on the air the night before the Super Bowl, David. David, do you remember the score of the Super Bowl?
Trump 2020, Trump 2024, Trump 2028.
Trump for dictator? I predicted that the New England Patriots would beat the Atlanta Falcons 31-28. The final score of that game was New England 34, Atlanta 28. David took Atlanta straight up.
Off. How does it feel just to be off? You weren't right. I mean, I'm proud of you that you won the bet, and we bet. Me and
we
you
did.
bet. And
we
you
did.
beat me, and I'm happy that you beat me. But I expected perfection out of you, and I just didn't get it, so I'm a little bit disappointed. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
You know, not everything can be the Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots pick. I'm proud of myself. I was close enough. At the end of the third quarter, I kind of thought, well, I even looked at my girlfriend and said, do you want to do something else tonight? And she said no. And honest to God, this was her quote. What if New England comes back? You're going to hate yourself for the rest of your life because you didn't see that game. I think right before that, Dave, I even texted you the pack of cigarettes that we bet, and I asked you if you're sure that this is what you wanted in exchange for me losing. So, I thank you very much, David.
I'm happy to pay when I lose. I'm happy to. Just want you to know that next year, though, I've got you already. I'm telling you right now. Beef Show 2017, winner of the 2018 Super Bowl. I was going to say the Flyers, but they don't play football, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Jaguars. They're making some big moves this year.
You think so?
What Jacksonville Jaguars, Blake Bortles, quarterback of the year.
Does anyone have thoughts on Brandon Cook being a New England Patriot now?
I'm going to quote what you said, Brandon. To me, do they really need the fucking help?
It's true, though. Do they? I don't know.
Who they got? Give me their top receivers off the top of your head. Go.
The New England Patriots' top 3 receivers? Well, right now it would be Brandon Cooks, Julian Edelman, and Chris Hogan.
What about Gronk? You think he'll be back next year? Are you just excluding him because you think he's fading? You think that star is fading?
You said receivers, and he's technically a tight end. So, but I would be surprised if he played a full season without getting hurt. I honestly would.
Okay. Is James White still there?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Like I'm trying to get over the Lions picking up T.J. Lang, to be honest. It's nice rubbing that in the face of your Packer friends. So,
I have one Packer friend. His name is Josh Watson. What's up, Josh? I know you'll be listening to this. I want you to know that everyone loves you. We support you, and we wish you'd fill out a bracket. I know that you don't like college basketball, but we want you to fill out a bracket.
I have a couple more Packer friends than that, but yes, sorry Watson, we took your lineman, and it's okay. You guys are just gonna finish second in the division to us. It happens. Oh, let's see. What else happened in national sports? I lost my train of thought, and I don't write stuff down because I'm ill
Connor
prepared.
Barwin got cut from the Eagles.
Why?
Cap saving. They were going to pay him $7 million, and he plays 3-4 defense. They switched to a 4-3 defense, and he didn't really have a position. I'm hoping he ends up being in Green Bay, and I hope he breaks Stafford's fibula.
What if he ends up in Detroit?
That'd be sweet, but they also run a 4-3, so he's not going to go there. He's got to go to a 3-4 defense.
This is true. This is too. And Julius Peppers went back to Carolina, didn't he?
He's also 45 years old, so his best days are behind him.
Yeah. He could end up in Indianapolis if you think about it. I think they still run the 3-4.
That'd be cool, but
Yeah.
I hope it's Green Bay, so I get to watch him play more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but if he came home to Detroit, that'd be pretty cool too.
I mean, that'd be best case scenario, Beef, but I just don't see it happening. I'd like for it to happen. I would.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Some other national stuff that happened real quick. In bowling, Jason Belmonte won the USBC Masters. Only myself and Chad Smith care. Chad Smith's one of our listeners. What up, Chad? Hey, Alex, can you scream down to Chad, say I said what's up?
Nah, I'm good.
No, okay. And then,
Dave is taking a restroom break, by the way, so I'm your boy now.
all right, cool. Yeah, you're always my boy, baby. I can't believe this stuff is going to air on the podcast. Aren't you glad we didn't do the Facebook Live video right now?
Yeah, that's probably good.
And then, let's see. NASCAR season started. Kurt Busch won the Daytona 500. This rant will be reserved for YouTube sometime in the next few weeks. I like where NASCAR's going with splitting up their races into segments, but I don't think it goes far enough. I think they need to split the segments up into actual individual races that are shorter to keep my attention, because at Daytona it's fine when everyone's crashing. When you get back to Atlanta and Las Vegas, those races get really boring really quickly. David, did you watch the Daytona 500?
Is that the one when they go around in circles?
Yes, that is.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm guessing Denny Hamlin won. Number 11, FedEx Cup champion, FedEx Cup racer. He drives a Toyota. Denny Hamlin. Woo! Denny! Let's go, buddy.
Is he actually your cousin? Or do you just do that?
Sure. No, every Hamlin is my cousin.
Every Hamlin is your cousin.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right, cool. As long as, we're all on the same page. Let's see. IndyCar season started. Sebastian Bourdais went last to first. Kind of interesting, I thought. And then spring training.
Where was this Indy race at?
It was in.
Are all the Indy cars done in India or Indianapolis?
So all the teams are located in Indianapolis for the most part, but this race was at. It was in St. Petersburg on a street course that kind of goes around the new. Oh God, what's their name? The baseball team, the Tampa Bay Rays. It goes around their stadium and then through an airport and through some city streets, and it's kind of a boring race. So I literally watched the first 2 laps and then the last 5. I got a good rundown of what happened. But that's basically... Oh, baseball started spring training, because that's about how much people care about baseball. I'm sorry, I'm not 45 years old. I care more about baseball later in the summer when there's actually playoffs and stuff.
But people are driving around in circles. You care about that when it doesn't matter?
I used to drive around in circles myself, so...
I know that. You were arguably the best circle driver around in the Greater Grand Rapids, maybe even Greater Michigan, Greater for sure West Michigan area. So just let me pick your brain real quick. Tell me about your experiences, in the saddle of a race car.
So when I was younger, it was just kind of fun because I didn't think about the consequences of hitting the concrete wall very hard. When I was younger, it was just a lot of fun, something fun I got to do because I had the opportunity. I got out of it for a while, and I got back into a car, and I realized I'm scared to death of this stuff. So I went back to go-kart racing because the walls are much further away from the track and it doesn't hurt as much to hit them. Um, it is definitely a sport, despite what some people may or may not think. It's definitely not for everybody. I raced from the time I was 8 to the time I was 19, and then a little bit in between in my 20s, and there are very few auto races that I can actually watch on TV. So when someone says
Why is that? Will you please tell me why that is?
Part of it's the backseat driver mentality. Like, I see somebody out there who's like 19 and you know his parents are loaded and he has no idea how to drive a race car, but I want to be Kyle Busch when I grow up. So
who's Kyle Busch?
Kyle Busch is the guy that got his ass beat by the concrete when he went to sucker punch Joey Logano yesterday on Sunday. It was a good time. If you haven't seen the video, I don't know what happened still. All I saw was Kyle Busch sucker punching Joey Logano and a bunch of Joey Logano's crew members throwing him to the ground and Kyle Busch walking away bloody. In fact, your boy, Denny Hamlin, they tried to get him into the middle of it and he kind of ran off like, I don't want no part of this. He threw his hands up.
The typical Hamlin mentality is, just kind of, start shit and then walk away. Let other people carry it.
So,
that's what we do.
Lovers, not fighters?
Oh, no. Instigators, but then after we instigate.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's hard to watch a race on TV because if I'm not backseat driving, I'm bored out of my mind and I want to take a nap. I mean, at least golf is...
So, when you say... I'm sorry for interrupting you. This is your fun. I'm just relatively curious. When you say you're a backseat driver, does that mean that you feel that you're a better driver than the drivers who are driving for national stock racing? That's what NASCAR stands for people who know that.
Yeah, and you did break up a little bit there. So National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. That's good, Dave. I'm very proud of you.
National Auto Show Car Auto Racing.
No.
Well, you live and you learn.
Yep. So, what I feel is that sometimes when I'm watching racing on TV, depending on who the driver is, I feel like I can get in there and do it better. But I know as soon as I get in there, you don't think about these things when you're playing the sport. It's like you with, disc golf, Dave. If you're not doing well, you start getting into your own head a little bit and you start making form mistakes and you're not turning your body just right, things like that. Whereas I can watch on a video and say, hey, you need to, square up your shoulders when you're releasing or things like that. And yes, we all know that this is what is happening, but you need someone out there telling you to do this stuff, and you don't have that. So that's why the backseat driving
kills me. Would you consider
me.
being my disc golf coach?
No, because, David, the best score I've ever put in at J.C. Park in Kentwood was even par. And on your worst day of disc golf I've ever seen you have in 3 years of playing with you, you still beat me by a stroke.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't backseat drive me to victory in the disc golf course.
I know, but I don't know how to play disc golf, David. I'm terrible at playing disc golf. What I
think is, I think you have pro potential for national auto stock or auto racing.
You think so?
NASCAR, I mean, in your terms, it's NASCAR. I think it sounds to me like it could be Days of Thunder, or is it Tropic Thunder? Whichever one Tom Cruise is in.
Days of Thunder.
You could be that guy. It's Days of Thunder, I was right?
Yes, it was Days of Thunder.
You could be that guy. You
think I could?
Guy.
You think I could be Cole Trickle?
I think you've got it in you to be 180 miles an hour 5,500 times. That could be you, and you got it. Winner, chicken dinner. You got a blackjack, you win.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that.
I mean, I've seen you race. You drive like a bat out of... I'm sorry, I almost cussed. You drive really fast when you're working for RHD. I mean, speed limit's 70 in Michigan. You're going at least 72, right?
Yes, at least 72.
All right, and so you think you're going to try out? Are there NASCAR tryouts?
I think I'm a little bit old for those at this point, David.
I don't think that. I think age is just a number, and I don't think you should limit yourself to an age.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
But seriously, though, I mean, how old was Dale Earnhardt when he died?
Oh, must have been in his 40s at that point, or 50s possibly.
I know cancer gets all of us.
All right. So that's the end of that segment. I already forgot the name of it.
It's Last of the Mohicans segment.
Last of the Mohicans segment. All right. Thank you, David. This episode of The Beef Show is sponsored by Major Look Studios. Visit www.majorlookstudios.com. Get a hold of Alex, and they can take care of all of your photography and video recording needs. They're not equipped for weddings yet, though, however, so just please keep that in mind. I realize everyone wants to get...
Earlier in the show, you mentioned something about erotic photography. Can
Yes.
you go into more detail about that for me, please? Real quick, I'm just curious.
That would be more Alex. I just read what they send me for the advertisement.
Hypothetically, though, if it was me and you, and we wanted to do like an erotic scene, would he or she or the company, would they be? I mean, could they do something for us? Like,
I think
is
that
it
would
ju-
have
is
to
it
be
pictures
negotiated,
or video?
David. I would think that has to be negotiated, David.
Video is full or potential or maybe or hot on the video or cold on the video.
Anyway, David, let's start picking brackets. You ready?
Roger.
Okay. I don't know the answer to this, Dave. I guess they do erotic video. Like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to pursue a career in porn photography. Like, hey, man.
Well, I think there's a big difference between porn and erotic. A big difference, but
he's a single guy about town now in the Tinder age. Good for him. So.
That's me slapping an upper thigh right now, and it's not my own upper thigh.
Very close to my balls.
Very, very close to someone's balls.
All right, everyone. The NCAA released the brackets for the Division I Men's National Basketball Championship last night at 5:30, immediately after Michigan beat Wisconsin. Dave, you're a Michigan fan, right?
That's correct. Go Badgers.
Go Badgers.
I mean, go blue. Yeah, I'm a big Michigan fan. I love Channing Tatum.
All right. So, anyway, we're going to pick brackets because somehow that sounded like a good idea a while back. The way we're going to do this, Dave, is we're going to go East, West, Midwest, and South. I don't know if you have a bracket in front of you. If you don't, it's perfectly cool.
I've got one.
You do have
no
one.
No big deal.
Okay.
I don't have one, but I'm saying I have one, and I'm relying on you for everything. All I know is that UMC Wilmington, they made it, and I have a really good feeling about UMC Wilmington.
All right. Well, we will get there in just a couple seconds.
Is that East? East bracket they're in?
That is the third game we will get to. The first one is going to be Villanova versus the winner of Mount St. Mary's and the New Orleans.
Well, can I first clarify by saying that Mount St. Mary's and New Orleans is going to be a really close game, and Mount St. Mary's is going to pull it out with the last-second half-court shot.
Dave is taking Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's will also lose to the number one seed that you just said. I think that's Villanova, my last year's champion. Is that correct? Last year's champion, Villanova?
Oh, shit, man. Now I forgot. I know it was a last-second shot.
You don't know sports like you do. You got this.
It was a last-second shot. I remember that. So, you were taking Villanova, David?
Over Mount St. Mary's. I want to clarify, Mount St.
Yep, you were taking Villanova over Mount St. Mary's. I am also taking Villanova over Mount...
Over who?
Man, see, I think New Orleans is going to pull it out. But...
I mean, the Pelicans are pretty good this year, but I don't think Anthony just has what it takes.
I keep waiting for him to just have that moment, in the NBA, where it's like, he just lives up to, he's not a bad player, but you just keep waiting for that moment when he busts through, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. Or maybe I'm just not
He's no
watching
Boogie
enough basketball.
Cousins. He's
No,
no Boogie
no.
Cousins.
No, and that trade deal was ridiculous.
Ridiculous for who?
That's a good point. That's a good point, David.
Ridiculous. No, but you're the host here. Who had the deal out of that?
Man, I don't even...
Does Vlade Divac know what he's doing? Back to the brackets.
No, but
it's all right.
all right.
Back to the brackets. Give me that next seed. Give me that 8-9 matchup, that 10-11 matchup, that next
All right,
matchup.
the 8-9 matchup is your Wisconsin Badgers versus the Virginia Tech Hokies.
I like the Hokies. I'll take the Hokies in that one.
You like Tech. VT.
David?
David?
They got that football coach who's got that goiter on his face. He knows what he's doing. Virginia Tech.
David, I am taking Wisconsin.
Well, I mean, we need to flip a coin then because we've got a discrepancy between our picks.
Alex Shackow, do you pick the Virginia Tech Hokies or the Wisconsin Badgers?
Pick the goiter, dude.
Is that Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Virginia Tech Hokies. Virginia Tech.
All right.
The goiters taking it down.
Taking the goiters.
All right. You are taking Virginia Tech. All right. Here's your boys, David. Number 5, Virginia Cavaliers versus UNC Wilmington. Believe they are the Seahawks. They are the Seahawks.
I'm not sure. I mean, the Seahawks sound good, and now that you looked it up, I believe you.
Well, they run the ball on the 1-yard line.
It's just, I mean, UNCW is going to win. Obviously, Wilmington is a great city that I've spent a lot of time in, and I love it there. That I've never been to the other place, Virginia. What is that? Is it a city? I don't know. Love UNCW.
David's taking UNC Wilmington. I will also take UNC Wilmington. I believe that's our 12-5 upset. That happens usually once a year.
4 12-5 upsets.
You think there's going to be 4? Well, all right then. All right, next up, Florida versus East Tennessee State.
Producer for this. Producer?
I'll take the Seahawks. Go Russell Wilson.
Woo! Well, they had last time. I'm in control now. It's okay. It's actually between Florida and another team. What's your pick?
Another team.
He picks the other team.
Because fuck Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that one dude, Urban Meyer's a snake. No one likes Urban Meyer.
All right, I'm taking Florida. Dave, what was your pick? You kind of broke up there.
I picked the other team, the team that Urban Meyer did not coach.
East Tennessee State.
That's correct. ETSU.
Alex took ETSU.
It's almost like Etsy. Yeah, he picked Etsy too.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Dave, we got to pick USC or Providence to face SMU.
Is this the 11? Is this the 11-11 matchup, or are we talking the 11-11?
We're talking the 11-11. We got to pick them all.
All right, USC is going to win that one, but they're going to lose to the 6th seed.
All right. And you are going to pick SMU, Larry Brown? All right. I also believe...
I mean, I don't know who this Larry Brown is, dude. He sounds like he's a relative of Charlie Brown. Is he a fictional created character?
I believe SMU will win that game as well. All right. Next.
You're talking about the Peanuts guy, right?
No,
Charlie
the
Brown,
former Pistons coach and Knicks coach, 76ers coach. He's the one that Allen Iverson got all pissed off about practice about.
It's easy to sum it up.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you're professional, you don't need practice. You practiced enough at this point. What's practice?
I was playing the Allen Iverson practice thing, Dave. That's why I kind of went quiet for a second.
Practice.
We talking about practice, man? All right, Dave. Baylor Bears, New Mexico State Aggies.
I really like the New Mexico Lobos. Unfortunately, I don't think they made it. Did they make it? Can you clarify? You got the Lobos on there?
I don't see them on here, and I believe... No, I do not see them. Oh, if we run into them later...
If we were talking Aggies, my favorite Aggies are the State Aggies. I just think that the imposter Aggies are going to lose. Do you concur?
You're taking Baylor? All right.
Yes,
Dave is taking Baylor. Because of what's happening with Baylor's football program, and if you haven't looked that up, do it. I'm going to take New Mexico State.
Tell me more.
Because...
Can we take a diversion here? Tell me about the Baylor football program.
So, Art Briles was fired before the beginning of last season because it turned out that there was a slew of sexual assaults happening by the football team that were going unreported by the university, who is just too concerned about winning games when you are the Baylor Bears and you've had one good season in the last how long? And that was when RG3
Let's talk
was
about
playing
Mark
there?
D'Antonio now. What's going on there?
You know,
Is he still the coach? Is he still coaching at Michigan State University?
I think so. And you know what's weird? I haven't heard anything about it since they said they arrested a couple players and a coach. I haven't heard
For what?
anything about it. The same thing. The only difference is Michigan State got out in front of it and didn't try and hide it the way Baylor did. Like, Baylor's situation is so bad, the Texas Ranger Patrol is involved in the case.
Is that Mounties? The Texas Ranger Patrol? Are those
No,
the Mounties?
that's like the Chuck Norris Texas Ranger Patrol.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chuck Norris is involved in this. So, on default, I'm taking New Mexico State. Alex, you have to break a tie between New Mexico State and Baylor.
Take the rapists.
They can hear you, David.
I'm going to go with New Mexico State.
Oh, man. No one sides with the rapists these days.
No, and nor should they. All right, David.
Sorry.
South Carolina Gamecocks and Marquette.
You know that my high school coach told me my high school baseball coach told me I can never wear a hat that said Cox on it again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow that logic from and take the other team to beat the Cox.
You're taking Marquette?
Yeah, naturally.
I am also going to take Marquette. And that sounds like the Beef Show's taking Marquette. All right, cool. That was pretty quick. All right, last game in the first round in the East. Duke Blue Devils, Troy Trojans.
There's an obvious answer here that Troy's going to send in some sort of horse. But let me tell you, the Blue Devils, they know everything that is to come. And Mike Krzyzewski, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. If you look at that on paper, it is not. Yeah, but I mean, you look at that shit on paper.
It's Polish names,
bullshit.
man. It's Polish names.
That's some bullshit. You just can't put 12 letters together and say Krzyzewski. That's fucking bullshit.
Tell the Poles
You can't do that. You spell my last name Hamlin. You pronounce that Courtney Cox. No, that's not true. Let me tell you what upset of the year. The number 15 seed is going to beat the number 2. Upset of the year.
Dave is taking
Beef Show exclusive.
Trojans. Alex, I am picking Duke. Who do you pick, Duke or Troy?
Duke, because I like G.I. Joes.
All right.
Not only that, he likes the good G.I. Joes. He likes the G.I. Joes that suck dick.
Oh, God.
Cobra Commander was kind of a douchebag.
This is true.
Cobra Commander reminds me of Mike Krzyzewski.
Destro was cool, though. Destro was cool.
All right. Oh, all right. Mr. David.
Mr. Beef.
Villanova Wildcats or Virginia Tech Hokies?
Hey, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Last year when I won our World Pool bracket, who did I pick to win?
Did you pick Villanova?
Oh, I sure as shit did. Pick them again. Mark it down. Put that in permanent marker.
Nova. All right, Davis taking Nova. I'm also going to take Nova, too, over Wisconsin. Because I don't think either team is good, so that gives us Villanova. All right.
You telling me that Villanova plays Wisconsin in the first round? Is that correct?
Second round. We're into the second round now, Dave. We're going to go until we have...
We're going straight east? We're going fucking East Coast
fucking
hardcore?
Straight east, and then we'll go straight west. We're going to flop coast.
Go straight north, straight south?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Next up is your boys, UNC Wilmington versus... You've got East Tennessee State.
UNCW is gonna go ahead and take that one down again too. They got this 7'8" center. He's amazing. He doesn't even have to jump to dunk. It's incredible. It is incredible. I don't know how he slipped through everyone else's crack. Maybe he's from Serbia. It could be Yugoslavia. I'm not sure. Check him up. Look him up on the internet. 7'8".
Nice. I took Florida over UNC Wilmington. Alex, UNC Wilmington or East Tennessee State?
UNCW.
UNCW. You taking the Seahawks? Will they run on the 1 yard line?
No, they're gonna pass it.
They're gonna pass
right to that other guy from the Patriots.
All right, David. Your bracket has Southern Methodist and Baylor.
Let me tell you something more. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Baylor.
You're going with Baylor. Interesting choice. All right. I took SMU. So that means Alex has to break a tie. On the Beef Show's bracket, we got SMU and New Mexico State.
SMU.
SMU. Dave, you were gambling hard with your bracket, my friend.
On what? What are we gambling on?
You
haven't clarified. What are the stakes here?
You were.
I'm just playing by heart. You know what? Saying these teams' names, you're tugging on my heartstrings, and I'm just playing by heart. It's nothing to do. There's no logical thought here. It's, what do these teams mean to me? What do they mean to me?
After Michigan State lost to Middle Tennessee State last year, I think that's probably a really good idea. Honestly.
Thank you. I have a lot of good ideas out here. I'm starting the Beef Show 2.0. It's coming out next week.
All right. David, you need to pick between Marquette and Troy.
Once again, I'm going to go ahead and pick those Trojans of Troy. I love that just the Greek teams are really good. I like the product they're putting out. I know there's not a lot of people in Greece still these days, but I like the Latin words that they still speak, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Troy.
All right. I took Duke over Marquette because that's just logical.
Brad Pitt was great in that movie, right?
Brad Pitt, Troy, woo! Woo! Ricky Bobby, woo!
Alex, Marquette or Duke?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you want Marquette or do you want Duke?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with Duke.
Duke. Alex, going with the safe pick for the show, for the sake of the show.
Yeah, for Mike Mizerkruski.
Dave, visibly cringed when I said Duke, by the way.
That sounds about right. All right, we're going to pick the Elite Eight, Villanova and UNC Wilmington. Dave, you got to make a selection, a hard one.
Oh, I'm still sticking with my man. He's 7'12", and I think he's from Afghanistan. And he plays for UNCW. He's really good at rebounding and dunking. UNCW to the Final Four. Mark it here. You heard it here first. Beef Show exclusive.
UNCW knocks off Villanova.
That's correct. Have you ever met someone who's 7'12" before?
No, I have not.
Thank you.
And then
that's all I have to say on that. Goodbye.
I am taking Villanova over Florida. In our bracket, we've got Villanova and UNCW. Alex, this is all your pick, my friend.
UNCW.
Wow.
For the win.
7'12", man. You can't compete with 7'12". That dude puts up, I think on average, I was researching it in December, he puts up 114 points a game.
David, Baylor or Troy?
Oh, you know me, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the rapists, because the rapists don't get stopped until it's too late. And after it's too late, it's going to happen soon, but the damage is done, and they're going to keep going. Why? Because the police show a blind eye to that sort of nonsense and garbagery.
All right, so I picked SMU and Duke to play each other. I'm picking Duke. Alex, you get to break the tie for the show. Since
Can you tell me my options?
Southern Methodist, SMU, or Duke? Two private schools.
I'm going with Duke. Duke.
All right. David.
Mike Przewodzewski is a douchebag. Yeah, what's up?
David, you want UNCW or you want Baylor?
I'm gonna go ahead and say UNC Dub and their 7'8" guy.
UNCW to the Final Four. I'm putting Duke in over Villanova because I think Duke's just getting hot at the right time. Alex, UNC Wilmington or Duke Blue Devils to the Final Four?
Ooh. I'm going to have to go with the tall dude, UNC Dubs.
UNC Dubs got the 7'16" dude!
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. All right. All right, we got our first member of the Final Four. Oh, goodness.
When you have that long sigh and a pause, does that mean you're pleased with the show's results?
I'm trying not to laugh until I get hiccups because I'd like to be able to get the show done tonight. Okay, Dave, you ready to go out west? San Jose?
Yeah.
San Jose?
Jose, Nevada. I love Nevada. Tell me more.
California, bro. California.
Almost.
All right, David. A 1 seed has never lost to a 16 seed. Are you taking South Dakota State over Gonzaga?
Let me tell you, SDSU has some really, really, really good players with real pro potential. I like their point guard. He's a team leader. He has good guard play. He's got great rebounding, but unfortunately, one player just can't do it. So I'm going to pick the other team that you mentioned that was the number one.
Gonzaga?
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, no. Fuck Gonzaga. This is it right here. 16/1. SDSU.
Taking
you heard it here.
South Dakota
exclusive.
State. South
Gonzaga's
Dakota State.
not. You have to admit, I might not know my sports or my basketball or my inferior basketball. Gonzaga has had zero challenges this year, and the one time when they were supposed to win, they did lose. SDSU is going to come up, nut up, and fucking blast one right in Gonzaga's face.
Gonzaga is 32-1. The Jackrabbits are 18-16.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits fuck hard, though.
This is true. All right, Alex, you got to break a tie. I'm taking Gonzaga over South Dakota State.
I'm going to take Gonzaga, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it sounds like a lovely Italian dish that I would totally smash.
Oh.
That's my choice.
God. All right, Alex is taking Gonzaga. That's for the show. David, Northwestern Wildcats, Vanderbilt Commodores.
No, but I don't feel like my voice is being heard. And I want you to know SDSU is going to win that game.
South Dakota State is going to win that game.
They're going to win. I mean,
Dave, I got you marked.
Highlight it, circle it, photograph it, and then put the plastic over it and wrap it real tight. What's that called? When you put the plastic over it and wrap it real tight, and then people are like, "Damn, did you laminate that?"
Like shrink wrap?
No, not shrink wrap, but what do you put? Is it laminating paper?
Yeah, you can laminate.
Yeah, dude, laminate that shit. SDSU. Laminate that. Well, going back, what was the other quote?
All right, Dave. The 8-9 is going to be Northwestern and Vanderbilt. Northwestern first time in the tournament.
Ever?
Ever.
Have you checked the history on it?
We have checked the history on that. First time they've ever made the NCAA championship tournament.
Will you producer on that? Because I think that's a load of cockfaggery.
No, I'm honest to God guarantee you this is the first time they've been in the NCAA tournament.
Are you willing to bet me $10?
I will let you make the pick between Northwestern and Vanderbilt.
So you are not that confident in what you just said. That's what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
According to CBS.com, this is the first NCAA tournament appearance for Northwestern. Now, would you like to still bet the $10?
Yes, I would, because I don't know what CBS is.
Okay. All right.
That old people channel?
Yeah. Is that the people who watch? Is that where people watch CSI New York and Las Vegas and CSI LA and CSI New Orleans and CSI Miami?
Big Bang
And
Theory.
NCIS.
Don't forget the Big Bang Theory.
All right, well, fuck the Big Bang Theory. That whoever told you those lies. Let me tell you what. I'm pretty sure in 1946 Northwestern won it all, and they're gonna fucking continue it again. Northwestern wins.
David takes Northwestern. I'm gonna take the Commodores.
Yeah, take the upset in the next one.
Alex, Vanderbilt Commodores or Northwestern Wildcats?
So, in spirit of old school tunes, I'm going to go with the Commodores.
Good job. Vanderbilt. Alex is taking Vanderbilt. David run away?
No, I'm here.
Okay, cool. David, Notre Dame, Princeton. Princeton undefeated in the Ivy League.
Why Ivy League? Highly intelligent. Notre Dame, Catholics, idiot.
Way to break it down there, Einstein.
Hey, did you know that Mary got fucked by a ghost?
Oh, goodness. So, I am also taking Princeton, just purely on the fact that they ran the table in the Ivy League. They deserve some credit. Ivy League actually had a tournament this year, which was weird. Caught all 3 games. Pretty good. Next up, West Virginia Mountaineers, the Bucknell Bison.
Whoa. All right, so Dave is taking a bathroom break real quick. I'm going to... The Buckner Bison? Was that what?
Bucknell Bison.
Bucknell Bison? I'm
Yep.
going with that because that's a badass name. You know I don't know shit about college basketball,
Bucknell
but I'm going
Bison.
with those. I feel very strongly about that name.
All right, David unofficially is taking Bucknell. I'm going to take West Virginia, but since Alex made Dave's pick, we have to take Bucknell.
Dave, you took Bucknell by default.
Cornell.
Listen,
What was that?
You gotta hop back in this. This is
there we
something.
go.
This is really intense. I got a Instinct 2 Classic.
All right, David, you want Maryland or you want Xavier?
Let me tell you what. Maryland Terrapins or Terrapins have been nothing but a disappointment this year. They're 4. Is that what they are at?
They're a 6 seed.
And they're playing a 11 seed?
They are playing the 11 seed Xavier Musketeers. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a pretty even game.
No, it's not going to be a good game. Maryland to destroy them by 28 points. You heard it here first. Be so exclusive.
Maryland?
28-point win, Maryland.
You're taking Maryland.
Yeah,
All
see
right.
that flag? That's ugly as shit. It's got shields and red on it.
All right, I'm taking Xavier because, like you said, Maryland's been disappointing this year. So, we turn to Alex. Maryland or Xavier?
I got to go with Xavier.
Oh my God, this is bad. You guys
X
just
gonna give it
ruined
to
the
ya.
perfect bracket.
X gonna give it to you.
All right. All
X.
right.
All right.
This is what I call fighting an uphill battle. I know I'm right. You guys are just floundering in the deep abyss. Floundering in the deep abyss of bracket picks. You sound like Josh Watson. I don't want to play. I don't know what's going on. This is what you are. You are just stabbing at 2 answers in the dark, and you're not picking the right one. One of them is illuminated in front of you.
David.
Next one, let's go. I moved on. I'm not even worked up about this. I'm not even worked up. Let's go.
David, are you taking...
Hamlin have an aneurysm right now.
I wish we had the video running right now. David, are you taking the number 3 Florida State Seminoles, or are you taking Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast?
I'm taking the Seminoles because I'm 1/16th Native American, and I know that when it comes down to it, the home court wins. Home court wins is going to be a common theme.
Dave, I'm taking Dunk City because I still am hyped about that run they went on a few years ago. Even though they don't play Dunk City style basketball anymore, I think Florida Gulf Coast is going to edge out Florida State. I'm taking Florida Gulf Coast. Alex, Dunk City or Florida State?
So I appreciate that Dave didn't go on and on with some problematic, Native American stereotypes.
Yeah.
And also, I think I'm going to dance with the Wolves. And also, Dunk City sounds like what my fucking toilet is.
All
so
right.
I'm going with the Seminoles, baby.
Oh.
A lot of dark. A lot of chocolate stains right along the side of it. Just a ton of chocolate stains. Like, people shit on the side of the toilet at his house on purpose. They shit on the side of the toilet. Like, and then they also don't flush days. It's fucking. Am I kidding?
You know how people say if it's low, let it melt?
Cool, and we're back, and we're recording, and sorry we had a technical malfunction, so that's why the podcast is going to kind of skip right there.
No, we got a producer. He'll take care of it. It's no big deal. Though. We got this. My man. His name is Alex. He'll just smooth things over like butter. It'd be like attaching one stick of butter to another. Apply a little heat. He's got it.
This is true. David, would you like Virginia Commonwealth or St. Mary's?
Dude, VCU, give me their mascot. Go.
VCU? The mascot? It's a ram.
Okay, and what about the other one?
I don't know. Let's see.
What's the
Gales.
The what?
I don't know what a gale is. It's a gale.
I'll pick the Gales. They're 13 or 4.
They are a 7. This is a 7-10.
Well, I nailed it. I'll pick.
David?
I picked the 10.
You're picking
Alex, 10. Alex, I'll pick the 10. Alex, I'll pick the 10 for these.
You want VCU as the 10?
Yeah, I was going with Jeopardy there.
All right. Dave's going with VCU, I think.
VCU is not the Virginia Commonwealth Rams?
Yep.
They're not the Rams?
I
You
believe
sure
so.
they're not the Rams?
I'm pretty sure they're the Rams. Says Rams right
you
here.
didn't say Rams earlier.
Oh, no.
All right. We're good.
No. VCU Rams.
Oh,
All right, David.
naturally, you're competitive with me, so we're going to leave this on to Alex. Alex, you got the Rams or the other team?
I'm going to have to go with the Rams.
All right, cool.
We're ramming it. The two of us are ramming it over here in the studio. You can go to your off-site location all you want, but we're going to ram it up in the studio. He's backing up to me, and I'm ramming him in the studio.
All right, next up, North Dakota and Arizona. North Dakota is the Fighting Hawks. They used to be the Fighting Sioux, but you can't use that name no more. Arizona?
I'm going to go... Yeah, naturally Zona's going to win. Zona, actually, I'd like to... This is first round. Today is March 13. It is March 13. Arizona is going to win this shit. You know they should be a number 1 seed. They're not going to make it, but they're going to be a number 1 seed.
You think so? All right, cool. Back up to the top. Dave, you took South Dakota State and Northwestern. Who you got?
What do you tell me my choices are SDSU or NYU? By NYU, I mean NWU.
NW.
NW, once again, because this is our third time in the tournament. I recently took some time in my own time to research it, and this is their third tournament appearance.
Oh, goodness. I'm going with Gonzaga over Vanderbilt. Alex, Gonzaga or Vanderbilt?
Well, since I'm pretty hungry right now, you know who I'm going with? Gonzaga.
All right.
In my belly.
Cool.
Gonzaga is a garbage team that plays garbage teams.
David, do you want Princeton or do you want Bucknell?
Bucknell, naturally, of course. Everyone knows anything. Everyone who knows anything about basketball sports knows that Bucknell is going to win.
David took Bucknell. I'm going for the big shot here, and I'm saying Princeton. They're going to beat Notre Dame. They're going to beat West Virginia. Alex, Princeton or Bucknell?
Bucknell, baby.
Bucknell, dude.
Let
me tell you what.
Taking the Bison.
Alex, give us 30 seconds right here, right now. 30 seconds. Alex Shakow is going to give you the history of Bucknell basketball. Go!
They got a really cool name. They are into self-sustaining wildlife that can give them sustenance for, their time on this continent because they like food and to eat, and Native Americans are cool. Yeah, that's my thing. He's still counting down right now, and I don't know anything else to say because I really don't know shit about this team, but I like their name.
Alex, that was pretty soft. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was pretty soft. Bucknell, have you seen their 3-guard? Their 3-guard?
I don't know what a 3-guard is, so I'm gonna have to say no.
Well, their 3-guard is arguably he's gonna be a first-round draft pick. He's gonna be a first-round draft pick. There's no question. Bucknell's 3-guard, man, just a champion. A true champion. Deal. No one. When you grow up where Bucknell is, Bucknell College is in North Dakota, where no one recruits there. Yeah, no one lives there. But my man grew up throwing hay into a basketball hoop. Throwing hay, actual hay into a basketball hoop. He didn't touch a ball until he got cut because every time a ball
gone again.
He dropped it because he was throwing hay. But he knows what a ball is.
Telling me they're winners.
They're winners, dude. They're 3-guards there. That's Buck.
This show is just deteriorated. Yeah. David, you want Maryland or Florida
jerking?
State?
Did you say this show is tear-jerking?
David, yes, tear-jerking. Do you want Maryland or do you want Florida State?
I'm going to go ahead and take Florida State.
Florida State, FSU. All right, I took my matchup. I had Xavier and Florida Gulf Coast. I took X. Alex, Xavier or Florida State?
Classic.
I'm not letting him affect the decision, but I'm going with Florida State.
Florida State. Earlier, Alex was telling us how Florida can go fuck itself, and now he's choosing Florida teams.
No, he said Florida.
Oh,
not
Florida
State. I'm sorry. There are two. I don't know if you know this, Brandon, but there are 2 different universities, major universities in Florida. There's Florida and Florida State. Florida is run by Billy Donovan and Urban Meyer, and Florida State is run by Zach Galifianakis and Urban Chomsky.
Anyway, all of us had Virginia Commonwealth and Arizona. Do you want the Rams or you want the Wildcats, David?
I'd like to take the Wildcats because the girl that I like the most in the whole entire world is from Arizona. Well, she goes to Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
She doesn't play for the sports team.
Okay. I took Arizona also, so Alex, easy pick for you. You get Arizona. David, your bracket has Northwestern playing in their very first NCAA tournament against Bucknell. Whose Cinderella story ends here? I have. Whose Cinderella story ends here? Northwestern or Bucknell?
Oh, Bucknell's story ends in a heartbeat.
That's it, man. Game over, man.
You're taking
Have you
Northwestern?
ever been walking and then walked into a brick wall?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's what Bucknell is going to do when they play Northwestern. Brick wall.
You think it's going to be a brick fest? Interesting.
No, it's a one-way brick fest.
All right. I've got Gonzaga and Princeton in this game. I'm going to go with Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga gets to the Elite Eight. Alex, Gonzaga or Bucknell?
Ooh, we got... All right, so we got delicious Italian dish versus the stout bison. I'm going to have to go with my gut, literally, and say Gonzaga.
Good job. All right. And for the other game, David, you had Florida State and Arizona. Who you got?
Hold on a second. I'm scratching Alex's beard.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Okay, I'm back. I mean, holy shit, what a full beard. He's just got a full-blown man's beard.
We will post a picture of Alex's beard at some point on the Beef Show.
If he would let me braid that, I'd do the world's shittiest braid all over that beard. Also, if he ever blacks out, I'm going to shave it. What was my question?
Florida State or Arizona?
Zona.
All right.
Oh, also, I want you to know there'll be no spoilers here. I want Zona to win it all.
All right. Xavier in Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona as well. Arizona or Florida State? Looks like we're all taking Arizona. So Arizona. Now we got, Dave, you got Northwestern and Arizona.
Arizona. Arizona's really good this year. They should be a number 1 seed. I like that Northwestern's made it into their 5th tournament ever. I do like that. I mean, that feels good. I like that. I mean, five tournament berths over 182 years is not good numbers. I mean, they put a good team together this year. Unfortunately, things just didn't work out for them at this point, and this is where Zona takes over. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to go final score on this one, 162-98.
All right. Good job, David. I took Gonzaga. Alex.
Well, actually, that wasn't an option, but thank you for your input.
Alex, you want Gonzaga or you want Arizona?
You know what I want. I want all.
What the fuck? There goes my Arizona.
Sorry,
I like a girl who goes to Arizona.
Sorry, bud.
Alex takes Gonzaga into the Final Four. Wow.
Do you guys
Food
know
beats
what
love.
All right.
it is? Because this is what I'm experiencing right now. It's hardcore heartbreak. Hardcore. This is you two stomping on my heart rate. I bare my soul for you guys, and you guys treat my soul like a shack house diarrhea bowl. By diarrhea bowl, I mean toilet.
Jeez. Okay, this episode of the Beef Show, we're about halfway through the brackets now, is sponsored by Major Look Studios. Currently offering a variety of photo and or video sessions with a focus on personality and originality. Visit their website today, majorlookstudios.com. If you do happen to use their service, mention you heard it here on the Beef Show. The way these things work, the way advertisements work, is that you say you heard it here on the Beef Show, and even though you don't get a discount, Major Look Studios thinks, we got a customer because of the Beef Show, and then they want to continue advertising with the Beef Show. So, MajorLookStudios.com.
Discount. Tell me about that Beef Show discount.
There is no Beef Show discount.
For the Beef Show discount.
There is no Beef Show discount. There is no Beef Show discount.
Yeah, but $5 off if you go to beef.com/Major Look Studios.
Major Look Studios.
And $10. No, Beef Show discount.
No Beef Show discount, David. I am sorry. However, there are discounts available on their website.
Right here, right now, $20 off from me, Dave Hamlin, HamlinDave@gmail.com. You tell me you have booked Major Look Studios through the Beef Show. I need those exact words. You booked them through the Beef Show. I'm going to give Major Look Studios $20. My man kills it on the photography. Kills it.
He does kill it on the photography.
No sponsorship. This is sponsorship. Dude's an artist.
And I will
give $20 to anyone who does it.
And Major Look Studios is going to take me out about town when it starts to finally warm up, and we're going to do some promo photos for the Beef Show.
Can I be in those photos?
I mean, you can be, if you're.
I want to be on.
If you're not busy working,
maybe riding your shoulders.
With our height difference, David, wouldn't it be better for me to be on your shoulders?
You weigh too much.
Are you calling me fat?
Garbage! Fat!
Am I calling myself skinny?
Oh, it's okay, Dave. I know I am fat.
Fat!
Am I? I also know I am skinny, correct?
Yes, you are. You probably weigh less than one of Alex or I's thighs, to be honest with you. So.
Okay, so it wasn't there was zero but insult towards you. There was just me thinking on my best behalf at that point.
All right, Dave, let's
I can
go.
fit on your shoulders.
Dave, let's go do the Midwest bracket. Okay, playing game, UNC Central versus University of California, Davis. Who you got?
Well, UNC Davis has a really good pop. Did you hang up on me?
I don't know his name, David.
That's why they're gonna win.
All right, so you're taking UC Davis. All right.
Yeah, that's what I said. UNC Davis.
All right, I'm going to take UC Davis as well. They are going to play Kansas, the Jayhawks. David, UC Davis.
All right.
David, UC Davis or Kansas?
We're gonna get hard hitting here. We're gonna get hard hitting here.
Yeah,
How much does
you already picked a 16 to beat a 1 once? Is this the year?
No. How much does Kansas? No. How much does Kansas pay their players to play for the team?
So
let me get a Beef Show exclusive. I know you know yourself. I know. I've heard you speaking with him on the phone. Hit me with how he pays them.
I honestly do not know, David. I do not know.
Like, when you had that interview, did he just ignore the question, or were you just too much of a pussy to ask the question?
I didn't even get a chance to ask the question.
Oh, man, that was your chance of stardom. You gotta throw that Jim Rome haymaker at him. You had to have. I'm sorry. I don't want to criticize the show because I love the Beef Show.
I don't do fluff pieces like Rome. So.
Yeah, you don't. I agree, but I mean, I know you throw haymakers. You throw haymakers. I've seen you throw haymakers. I just want that question answered. With that being said, Kansas is going to win. Kansas is going to make it to the Final Four. You don't even have to ask me. They're going to get smoked in the 4 because, you can't pay someone enough. You can't. Money does not have talent.
All right, David. I took Kansas as well. Show takes Kansas. We move on. Miami, Florida, the U, or Michigan State, the Sparties. Taking Izzo or you taking the U?
Recently,
David.
Did you hear me?
No, not at all. All right, Dave. Who you got?
Take a pause for commercial break.
Dave,
talk to me about Blue Apron.
David, who you got? You got the U or you got Sparty?
I got the U, but I feel like we might have some technical difficulties. So let's throw in a Blue Apron advertisement right here. Go.
Blue Apron has not paid me any money yet. I'd be happy for Blue Apron to pay me money. I am also going to take the U over Sparty. So the show takes the U over Sparty. Next up, we got Iowa State and Nevada.
Can you tell me what Lobos is slated
No,
into?
never mind. Wolfpack. Who's the Lobos? Lobos is New Mexico. That's right.
It's okay. I know what sports teams you do. I anticipate you to know that.
All right, David. Apologies, we've had some internet connection issues there. Iowa State or Nevada?
And I just want you also to know, Beef, I'm not sure what your first name is, Beef, but the next time I get on this show, I get invited again, I'm going to be at your studio. I will make the voyage to your studio. I'm going to get dirty. We're dirty on a Beef show. Get the better sports.
All right.
All the sports.
I appreciate it.
All
David.
of them.
I appreciate it.
All of them.
All right.
What do you know about men's softball? What do you know about women's softball? I've got it all. I've got just a billion questions for you. It's going to be a rapid fire 15 hours straight.
David, I took Iowa State also. So sorry, Alex. We're just going to kind of leave you out of here for a little bit. David, do you want the Purdue Boilermakers or the Vermont Catamounts?
The Catamounts. Have you ever been to a Catamount before?
I have not.
It's Wikipedia. That shit's hot.
So, Purdue,
It's okay. You can just ignore me. No big deal.
Purdue had a good season and then kind of yeah. And I watched Vermont play. They got a guy number 24. This is legit. He's a great defensive player. I think Vermont's gonna pull out the upset. So I'm taking Vermont. Sorry, Alex. Once again, leaving you out here. All right, next up, Creighton, based out of Omaha, Nebraska, or Rhode Island, based out of Rhode Island. David, who you want?
More specifically, what city is Rhode Island in?
I'm guessing probably. Like, do they have more than one city in Rhode Island?
No, it's no big deal. We'll just move on. It's Rhode Island. They're gonna win.
URI. David is taking URI. I'm from Omaha. I am taking Creighton. Alex, you want Creighton or you want Rhode Island?
I'm going with the underdog because they're real small. Rhode Island.
URI. URI, they got in. They were going to be like first team out. They got in. It was very emotional. A great moment. Look it up on YouTube. I recommend that. This is going to be a good game, I believe. I believe this is going to be an underrated, good first round game. So, with that said, University of Oregon, the Ducks, or Iona?
Hey, before we really, we're getting into the meat of this. I know we're getting into the real beef of the Beefcast right now, but may I tickle you for a question?
What's up?
A personal question?
What's up, David?
Are we allowed to do personal questions now?
Depends on what the personal question is.
It's related to competitive circumstance.
Matter of circumstance?
Favors you in circumstance.
I can't hear you, babe.
Oh, it's Dave, not Babe. It's okay. I hear it a lot. It's Dave, not Babe. What sport could you beat me in?
Ooh, well, I've beat you in bowling before, I believe. So...
Oh, you smoked the shit out of me in bowling. But if I had major look photography here, I think I would beat you. Give me 5 sports you could beat me in and go.
Just bowling, Dave. And maybe Madden if I practice more.
And what about racing?
I bet I could beat you in some go-karts.
Okay, so that's 3. Give me 2 more. You got them. How's your shuffleboard game? Curling. Is it good? Is it bad? Cornhole. Are you a bags guy or you're a cornhole guy? Come on. You have it in you. I know you're an athletic individual. I know you are. You gotta have a little more confidence. Hit me. Go. 2 more. Fire away. Hit me. Go.
Oh, David. No, I'm just sticking with bowling. Bowling and Madden.
What about a decathlon? Me versus you. 10 sports chosen by the Beef Show listeners. Would you do it?
I would do it. I'll tell you what.
You would do it? Beef Show decathlon, me versus you. I'm in. I am in 100%. We have to have audience nominated athletic activities.
We will do
Let's do it.
We will do it in July. You email us, beefshow71@gmail.com, the 10 events you want to see Dave and I compete in athletically. We'll set it up for July.
They don't even need to have to be athletically. They can just be competitively. I'll play him in Magic Cards. I have no Magic Cards experience. He has no Magic Cards experience.
Yeah.
I'll still smoke him in Magic Cards.
All right, David, Oregon or Iona?
Iona, naturally. It's close to a county in West Michigan.
So Oregon lost a big fella, but I think they can definitely handle Iona on their own. Alex, do you want Oregon or you want Iona?
I go with Iona because that's the name of a really good Magic card. Speaking of nerd bullshit.
Yeah, nerd bullshit. I like it. David, this is your matchup. This is your team, your boys. University of Michigan, Big Ten champions. Oklahoma State, the Cowboys.
Okay. pretty good. I also feel like they're the black sheep of the Big 12. I mean, they're no Iowa State.
Garbage
Iowa
day.
State's the real devils
Garbage.
of the Big 12 conference. I mean, it's where all of the Big 10 and will argue with me on that fact. With that being said, the team will win.
Michigan?
Go blue.
All right.
Go blue.
I think Michigan's got a good run going right now, and after they almost died trying to leave for the Big Ten championship, they've kind of picked up their game. Oklahoma State and our favorite Mike Gundy
That's garbage. So get your facts straight.
is going.
Is Mike Gundy related to Van Gundy?
Mike Gundy? I don't know, man. Like, I hope he's there. He's got a beautiful mullet now. He's he's one of our favorites here, but I'm taking Michigan. And I know Alex is probably thinking, man, who is Mike Gundy? And he's going to listen to the podcast. He's going to get to this part. And he's going to be like, that's my fucking hero, man. So I am taking Michigan as well. Louisville and Jacksonville State, David.
Yikes.
David.
Do you think that Scarrow likes a mullet?
David, are you there?
I'll do
Hey, yeah.
Well, we're experiencing a few more
Bravo.
technical difficulties.
No, there's no technical difficulties. There's zero. There's technical.
There's plenty of technical difficulties. All right, David. We got more technical issues. We think we got them all sorted out now. Do you want Louisville or do you want Jacksonville State?
No, naturally Louisville. They're a 3 seed. Naturally.
Louisville would be the 2 seed, David.
Well, I nailed it.
Yeah. And they also pay their players with prostitutes.
Well, we talked about this last time. I told you that Rick Pitino was a scumbag. I've got nothing else to say on that. Everything that has come to light since then has proven me to be correct and you to be incorrect. But it's not called the Hamlin Show. It's called the Beef Show. So
We did talk about
let's
that
not
last
dwell
time,
on
didn't we?
that.
We did talk about that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure as shit did.
Wow. I'm glad you remember. All right.
I mean, there are things I remember. I mean, blackouts have white spots.
So, besides for a couple, we went almost unanimous in the first round of the Midwest. David, you want Kansas or you want the U?
I'll take the U, please.
You are taking the U over the number 1 seed Kansas. There is some.
Have you ever heard of Catholics versus Cornhuskers?
Well, Cornhuskers would be Nebraska there, Mr. Hamlin.
Well, I feel like Kansas and Nebraska are pretty much the same thing.
No, not quite. Nebraska doesn't smell nearly as bad as Kansas.
Well, I mean, realistically, it's just the same flat land filled with fucking plants.
Well, but I'm always going to cover my boys' back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. You're a podcast host, and you have your favorites, and I'm a realist, and you can pick your favorites. That's fine. It's okay. I mean, what are you supposed to be a nationally syndicated podcast? It's okay. No big deal. Just play your favorites.
Nah, there is no favorites. But I am taking Kansas.
Okay.
I am taking Kansas. So, with that said, there is some discrepancy. Alex, Kansas, or the University of Miami?
I'm stop. You can't influence my decision.
I will
I wish I
influence
had
your
a- I wish I
decision.
had a dice right now, so I can throw it. I was gonna say
Here, heads or tails. Call
Nebraska.
Holy sh! Landed sideways.
I'm gonna say Nebraska.
Landed
Kansas?
sideways.
Alex,
Nebraska's not an option.
yeah, Alex is taking Kansas. Got it.
What were the options? I thought you were saying Kansas versus Nebraska.
No.
No, Kansas versus.
David, you want Iowa? David, you want Iowa State or you want Vermont?
Are you asking me if I'd like to take the Mammals versus the MSU dropouts?
Wait, what?
Well, the MSU dropouts is Iowa State. That's true.
Okay.
And what's Vermont? What are they? The marsupials?
The Catamounts.
What's a catamount? Google it right quick. Go.
It's a cat.
Aren't the catamounts what they are? The catamounts will win until you give me a Wikipedia definition of a catamount.
I'm looking it up right now.
You're taking Vermont. I think Iowa State's going to win this game.
Well,
Alex.
I'm going to go ahead and say, holy shit, have you seen a catamount? Have you seen a picture of a catamount?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it looks like a cougar.
Hold it up to the camera.
Looks pretty badass.
It looks like a cougar or a puma. Are you familiar with a puma?
Wow, that's pretty badass.
Yeah. Have you seen a puma before?
It is cat, though,
Me
isn't
either.
it? All right. Alex Shakow, Iowa State or Vermont?
I'm going to go with Vermont because it's the home state of Bernie Sanders.
Woo!
Oh,
Bernie!
gross.
Feel the burn.
Mr. Hamlin, Rhode Island or Iona?
Can you give me the mascots? Go.
Rhode Island. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. You're going to make me do work here? All
yeah,
right.
That's your job, man. This is your full-time profession. How are you supposed to make billions as a
Rhode
podcaster?
Island. Rhode Island is the Rams. Iona is the Gales. What the hell is with the Gales? What the fuck is a Gale?
I'm gonna take the Gales. I like Gales.
Iona.
I like
Is that
Gales.
a bird?
I like
Is
Gals.
that a bird or like the wind gust?
Do you like gals? Bayford, do you like gals?
I'm gonna
Bayford,
take-
Do you like gals?
I'm going to take Creighton over Oregon. Alex, Rhode Island or Iona?
Do you like gals or dudes?
Iona.
You're taking Iona. Iona, one of the colleges Jim Valvano coached at when he was first getting his big
Who's
break.
Jim Balvano.
Anyway. All right. You want...
Did he die in a car crash? And
No, he
was
died
racing?
from cancer. In fact, had a very famous speech about his battle with cancer. Mr. Hamlin, University...
So not a car crash, then on a racetrack.
No, sir, it was not. David Hamlin, University of Michigan or Louisville Cardinals?
I'm gonna take the blue. Go
All right.
blue. Hail to the victors valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan. The police are gonna get called.
I think Michigan actually has enough to win this game. I think that they've got a good run of momentum right now. I think they have a chance to go a little bit deeper. Yeah, go ahead. So, with that said, we are to the Sweet 16 in the Midwest. Kansas State. No,
I don't
wait,
take
no.
the easy bait.
David, Miami or Vermont?
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cougars.
You're taking the Catamounts.
what I
Vermont
said.
on a magical run with David Hamlin. I got Kansas in this, the Jayhawks. Alex, Kansas or Vermont?
Vermont.
Well, that'll be a hell of a run then. I do like Vermont,
Let me tell you
though.
what. I'm still right here as of now, Dave Hamlin, standing by my picks. If you come to RHG Tire, 650 36th Street Southeast, Grand Rapids, Michigan,
No.
and you
no,
fill out a
Wyoming.
bracket, yeah, sure thing, it's Wyoming, it's still Grand Rapids. You put it into GPS, you come and you fill out a bracket for $10 and you beat me, I will give you $20.
David,
Yes, sir?
Iona College or the University of Michigan?
Oh, clearly, hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan.
I am also taking the University of Michigan, which leaves us with, David, you have Vermont and Michigan playing each other to go to the Final Four. Who's going to win?
Hail to the conquering heroes, hail to the victors valiant, hail, hail to Michigan, your neighbors hate me.
All right.
Hail to the
I am taking Kansas. I think Kansas beats Michigan in the Elite Eight. Mr. Shakow, Vermont, Michigan.
Oh, man. I got to go with Michigan.
Woo!
Don't fucking sing it.
I'm done singing.
David, what's that song? What's that song you were singing earlier?
I'm done singing.
What's that song you were singing earlier?
If the B show gets the national championship, I'll sing it, but it won't. Why? Because Arizona's there. AZ.
All right. 3 of the 4 brackets are done. If you're still listening this far, thank you very, very much. We appreciate it. Leave your feedback. beefshow71@gmail.com, facebook.com/beefshow, or just send all your hate emails to me on Twitter @beefandgr. None of this is Dave's fault. None of this is Alex's fault. They have Comcast. I have Charter. Apparently that's an issue. So
my hair looks good. I'm looking at myself for the first time. My hair looks good tonight. My hair looks damn good.
We are to the...
That looks silky.
We are to the final bracket. David, Texas Southern or North Carolina?
Carolina, naturally. What am I, an idiot?
David is taking North Carolina, the Tar Heels, over Texas Southern. I am taking North Carolina, and that means the show is taking North Carolina. But David did pick a number 1 upset. South Dakota State University. We'll see if that actually happens. 8-9 game, David. Arkansas Razorbacks or Seton Hall Pirates? Ooh.
The Pirates, naturally, because when I was born in 1988, the Seton Hall Pirates played the Michigan Wolverines and Michigan won, but still Seton Hall holds a spot in my heart.
I'm also going to take Seton Hall. I think that's going to be a really good game. And so that means that the show is taking Seton Hall. All right, here we go. Minnesota, the evil Sith Lord PJ Fleck versus Middle Tennessee State, who, if I remember correctly, upset Michigan State last year. David, you got Minnesota, Ski-U-Ma, or whatever they call themselves, or you got Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders?
I feel like you might be conflicting your sports. PJ Fleck is the football coach from Minnesota.
He is the Sith Lord, because he turned his back on the Jedi.
Will you tell me where you went to college, please?
Where did I go to college?
Yes, sir.
I went to Western Michigan for about 3 days, and then went to Grand Valley for a year and a half after that.
Will you tell me where PJ Fleck got his college degree from?
I believe he got his college degree from Northern Illinois.
Okay, so why are you such a big PJ Fleck hater?
So PJ Fleck was the head football coach of the Western Michigan Broncos and took us to the Cotton Bowl, which was great. And then in the interview, in the couple of days leading to the Cotton Bowl, said, and I quote, "I am on this bus until they kick me off," referring to staying at Western Michigan. Within a matter of days, he was out the door interviewing with the University of Minnesota. Therefore, he is the Sith Lord because he went to the evil money of the Big Ten, +4, because they can't count. David Hamlin, Minnesota or Middle Tennessee State?
I'm still a little bit stuck on. I'm still a little bit stuck here right now, and I hate to be difficult. That's not true. I'm being difficult right now. You hate PJ Fleck because he's moving up in the world?
PJ Fleck has a really good thing good thing going at Western, and I'm very, very butthurt, and I don't care who knows about it.
Okay. So that's all I want is for you to admit that you're butthurt. That's all I wanted.
Anybody who's been following the Beef Show on Twitter knows that I'm butthurt about Sith Lord Fleck leaving for the dark side.
It's weird that I can actually see you now for the first time. I can see the butthurt in your anus.
Can you see do you feel the butthurt flowing through me? Do you feel the hate flow through me through that camera, David?
I can. I mean, holy shit, there's hatred pouring. I mean, holy shit, when you say Sith Lord, I'm thinking like Empire Strikes Back 1? Is it the first Star Wars
Empire
movie?
Strikes Back 1.
What the
Dave,
fuck?
pick a fucking team already.
What are my teams? Hit me with my teams.
Minnesota.
Middle
Something-
Tennessee State.
I'll pick Western Michigan, please.
West, unfortunately, we did not make it. David, you want Minnesota or you want Middle Tennessee State?
Ow!
I'll take Minnesota. Hell, Minnesota! Hell!
Ski you ma, David. Just for you, I'm taking Middle Tennessee State. Alex, Middle Tennessee State or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
It's probably the better pick, but you guys brought out my butt hurt for the Sith Lord.
The dark side ships a little bit there anyway.
Hey, dude, what's all these red spots in your ass I see right now?
All right, next up, Butler Bulldogs and Winthrop. David, what's on Winthrop's campus?
I'm not familiar with a hemorrhoid, but it looks like I see one in your asshole right now.
Alex's asshole? For those
Winthrop,
curious,
please, for
Dave,
200.
Alex, and I all play disc golf. Winthrop has a disc golf course on it, and the Gold is home to the U.S. Disc Golf Championships every year, one of disc golf's 4 majors. Are you
Do you
really?
know what fight song this is? Can you
I'm
name
guessing
that
that's
fight song?
Minnesota. I'm guessing that's Minnesota.
Oh, you close.
No? Is that Winthrop?
No, I mean, I'll keep playing it until you guess it. Go.
I won't guess it.
All right, clue. First letter of the alphabet.
It's A.
Yup, nailed it.
Well, we're getting there, but we got to pick this Butler-Winthrop game, David.
Butler, the 3 seed.
4 seed.
And nailed it. First, I mean, close enough, right?
I am taking Butler, but Winthrop, you have a great disc golf course, and I hope to play it someday.
It's
So,
Winthrop in South Carolina.
Winthrop.
Well, Winthrop, but it's okay.
Dave, we got to pick a playing game. Last playing game, Kansas State, the Wildcats, Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons.
When Wake Forest has been nothing since Tim Duncan, and that's like 72 years. I'm going to go ahead and pick the other team.
Kansas State?
Yes. Yep. That sounds good.
I am also going to pick Kansas State. I don't know. I keep reading a lot about Wake Forest. Not sure why they're in there. They get to play the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Hey, Beaver.
David,
real
David.
quick. May I interject? I may?
Yes, you may.
Do you
So get
know
your facts straight.
who is related to me through marriage that went to Cincinnati?
That would be the great Connor Barwin, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Beaver! You want a beef t-shirt! You get a beef t-shirt! Compliments of me, Dave Hamlin!
David, you're taking Cincinnati?
And naturally...
I am also taking Cincinnati because I don't know. These are the 2 worst at-large teams, so I'm not sure why they... I don't know. Cincinnati. To hell with it. University of California, Los Angeles, or MAC champions Kent State?
I'm going to go ahead and deflect right to my producer here right now. He's in the studio with me. I'm going to have him field this question. And he's going to give you a 17-word answer. Go.
Kansas City State is going to win. I'll tell you why. Oh. Wait.
Nailed it!
No, that was 12. No.
Kansas
This is
State?
Right. There we go.
David,
Kansas State.
State.
Kansas City State.
Kansas-
KCSU. Kansas City
Is
State.
that a thing?
I just got a text message from Josh Watson. Is asking if I'm podcasting right now.
Would you like to hear my response before you respond? Because you respond first. You respond first. No, you respond first.
I'm going to respond to him right now that yes, we are podcasting.
That's it?
Yes, right now. All right, David, you want UCLA or you want Kent State?
Do you think real quick, just play along with me here. Can you do that? Release your brain from regular sports talk. Do you think that Kent State is any bit related to Clark Kent State?
No.
You
No,
don't?
because I've been
That
through
is
that
the
part of Ohio,
fucking
and I
thing
don't
I've
know if
ever
that
heard
much
in my
intelligence
entire life.
exists there.
Say it again.
That's the dumbest fucking wow, I can't even talk. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life, Dave Hamlin. Shut the fuck up.
So we're gonna go ahead and say that Kent State
gonna go
loses.
I'm gonna go with Kent State.
Wait, you're picking them to win?
Yeah,
You're going with Kent.
Naturally, after what you just said.
solidarity with the horrible massacre that happened in the '60s.
Like the one in Bowling Green?
Yeah, except that wasn't a real.
No, I took UCLA, and David said UCLA. I don't know. Should we give this one to Alex? I don't know.
No, we shouldn't.
We should. We
Majority
haven't
rule.
yet. So, Dayton Flyers and the Wichita State Shakas.
Hey, are you familiar with Upper Peninsula sports?
Vaguely. Josh Watson
Okay.
would be a great guy for that, but he's only texting us right now.
I haven't received any text.
I received one.
Okay. Well, hit me up with who's next.
That would be the Dayton Flyers and the Wichita State Shakas.
Do you think Dan Patrick likes the Dayton Flyers?
You know, it's weird because you would think he does, but he seems really butthurt about it.
So we're going to go ahead and side with Dan Patrick and say the Flyers lose?
I would guess yes. I've taken Wichita State only because I don't know why Wichita State's a 10 seed. That doesn't make any sense. They're much better than that. Wichita State has a record of 30-4. They lost one conference game, an RPI of 32, and they're a 10 seed.
Wait, are you selling me? Are you a salesman? Because I am buying the Shockers right now. I am buying the Shockers.
I am always buying the Wichita State Shockers in basketball.
I am buying right now and you have sold me. So let's keep this Shocker train going. Who are they playing next?
Well, they're going to play the winner of Kentucky and Northern Kentucky. Now, do you want regular?
It doesn't matter because who gives a shit right to the Kentucky and then throw an N or not because the Shockers are going to shock the world and beat them.
Well, which Kentucky do you want, Dave? Do you want regular Kentucky or do you want just North Kentucky?
I think that Kentucky's Snake, you can fill in his name now with a generic name. I don't know what his name is. Is it Sarkeesian? Nope, that's football related. What's his name?
Calipari?
Yeah, it sounds like a dirtbag. Either way, I hope he loses. I hope he, just like Dale Earnhardt, gets cancer and dies.
Are you taking Kentucky or are you taking Northern Kentucky, David?
I'll be taking Northern Kentucky.
Fat!
UNK. All right. Back up to the top. North Carolina, Seton Hall.
I'm a big Seton Hall fan. Big Seton Hall fan. With that being said, North Carolina, they got that really good basketball player, Michael Jordan. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick Michael Jordan's team.
You're taking North Carolina. I am also taking North Carolina.
Is it because of Michael Jordan?
No, because they're a 1 seed. Although they did lose to Duke, who's a 2. I don't know about that. Next up, David, you've got Minnesota and Butler.
Butler, they out of Indianapolis.
Yes, they are.
Who's their captain?
Do not know.
Me either. I'm gonna go and say Butler.
David is taking Butler. My bracket has Middle Tennessee State and Butler. The Cinderella story ends for Middle Tennessee State. But thank you for beating Minnesota. So that would give us... Well, Alex, I'll let you pick. Minnesota or Butler?
Butler.
Butler.
Fat!
All right. Next up,
Fat.
Next up, David. Cincinnati or UCLA?
Yuckla.
Yuckla? I like it. David is taking Yuckla. I am also taking UCLA, the Bruins. UCLA's moving on. And now we got Wichita State. And Dave, you had Northern Kentucky.
Well, naturally, what's that one guy's name from 2012 who hit all those threes? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Northern Iowa. Your turn. Go ahead. Shoot. You're the sports guy. Fire away.
David, you want Wichita State or you want Northern Kentucky?
With those stats.
Well, I'm going to take Wichita State. No. See, I have Wichita State versus regular Kentucky. And in that one, ooh. Man, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for it. Wichita State. David, Wichita State or Northern Kentucky? Oh, shoot. David, your video froze.
No, I'm good. He's jogging around. This is me.
Okay.
I duck, dip, and dive. Northern Kentucky. You can dodge a red.
David,
Hey, Beef, it's me.
you want Wichita State or Northern Kentucky?
I'll take Northern Kentucky, please.
All right. Alex, Wichita State or Kentucky?
Have you considered shaving a pimple?
Alex took Wichita. All right. Here we go. Elite Eight. Who's going to play in the Elite Eight, David? UNC or Butler?
I wouldn't go ahead and take Butler because they're servants.
You're taking Butler over North Carolina.
Naturally, who wouldn't?
I'm
This is still
going to take North Carolina over Butler. Alex, North Carolina or Butler?
Butler.
Butler. All right. And then we got UCLA. David, UCLA or Northern Kentucky?
Yuckla.
UCLA. I've got UCLA and Wichita State. I'm going to give UCLA the nod. Alex, UCLA or Wichita State?
UCLA.
UCLA. All right. I apologize to the people listening to this podcast. We've had many technical issues tonight. We'll get them fixed before we do this on the interwebs again. All right. Here you go, David. Butler or UCLA?
Butler.
Butler. All right. I am taking UCLA over North Carolina. Alex, Butler or UCLA?
With Butler.
All right. Cool. We have reached, finally, the Final Four. I don't even know. Where are we at for showtime? 1:44? Oh, that's not too bad. We've been here for significantly longer.
Are you sure? 144 is
I
not
think
too
there
bad.
144 is all we've been here for. And once again, thank you to Major Look Studio for sponsoring this show. My apologies to them and to many of the listeners for our technical difficulties tonight. MajorLookStudio.com. Or is it Studios? MajorLookStudios.com. My apologies.
Hey, what is...
All right. Couple technical difficulties again. Apologies to everybody. Dave?
During the commercial, we talked about erotic photography, and anyone who downloads this 1,000 times, we will get Major Studios to photograph both Beef and me and then erotic.
Get your facts straight.
No, we won't.
No, we'll get our facts. Will. No, his mouth and me. His mouth and me.
David, you picked UNC Wilmington to win the East, and you picked Arizona to win the West. Who you got playing in the national championship game? David is picking the Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah, you got that right. That's the fight song for my Arizona Wildcats.
I took Duke and Gonzaga. I am taking Duke. Alex, UNC Wilmington or Gonzaga?
Take Arizona.
No. I'm all about that Gonzaga.
Fat!
Yeah. That's
All right. Alex picks Gonzaga. I pick
where did
Duke.
my Arizona pick figure
Dave
in
takes
there?
Arizona. It's going to be interesting. David, your other two Final Four teams were the University of Michigan and Butler University. Who you got playing for the title?
Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquerors.
David Hamlin takes Michigan. I got Kansas and UCLA. I am going UCLA. Alex, your choices are also Michigan and Butler.
In case you're wondering, he was whispering sweet Michigan. Sweet Michigan.
All right. Alex, who you got?
Oh, did you not hear me? Michigan.
Michigan. All right. Cool. There we go. Now we have our championship games set for the Beef Show March Madness Spectacular. David Hamlin, I think I already know the answer. So you got to give me an answer and you got to give me a total score. Arizona versus Michigan. Man. So close to the end of the show.
Now, start. Here you go.
Arizona or Michigan, David?
Arizona.
Arizona. David took Arizona. All right. I think this is the end of our... I've got Duke and UCLA. I am going to pick the Duke Blue Devils. Alex, can you hear me?
Yep.
Gonzaga
Fat!
or Michigan?
Oh, man. Oh, it's such a hard choice.
Tell me, no, real quick. We're gonna dive deep. Alex, please tell me what you like about Michigan.
They're a really good team, and they're my home state.
All right, tell me what you like about Gonzaga.
They sound like a fucking delicious Italian meal.
Me too. So you have a home state versus a delicious meal. You feel like you're gonna take it.
Gonzaga, baby!
Oh,
Gonzaga.
Alex
All the
Shakow
way.
finishes off the Beef Show bracket, the official Beef Show bracket. Gonzaga will be your national champions.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, we have to put in a combined tiebreaker for all of these scores. So it's total score. David, what's your total score for
between both teams or all 6 teams?
between Arizona and Michigan? What's their score going to add up to?
62.
62 total.
Yes. Be so exclusive. 62 points.
62.
Defensive struggle. Hardcore defensive struggle.
Fat!
Hello, friend.
Garbage!
I got 143 for Duke UCLA. The two, Alex, Gonzaga, and Michigan. How many points are they going to score in total?
700. You got it.
This is for a T-shirt, Alex.
100.
How many? How many hundreds?
100.
Sign it to me in the camera.
70.
700.
Is your final-
Oh, fucking hell. It's over. We had a great time. When the internet worked, we had a great time. Once again, thank you to Major Lick Studio for helping us out, sponsoring the show. My apologies to everyone. There were a lot of technical issues we weren't banking on. David, I know it's late. Go home, get some sleep. Thank you so
Hey,
much for being
let
back
me tell
on
you-
the show.
I have to say a couple of things real quick. I have to. First of all, my intention is just Hell, I like Beef. I think he's a great guy. With that being said, I am difficult, and I'm okay with that.
You're fine,
also,
David.
700 points from Alex is a really good answer. So don't attack him on that. I think it's possible. Okay, everyone. Just want you to know, 700 points. And with that being
I
said,
speak from the heart.
you can still come to 650 36th Street. It's Kentwood, Wyoming, Michigan. You fill out a bracket. You give $10 towards the pool. If you beat me and my beef store prediction, I will give you $20 cash. That's fact.
That is
you
fact.
Come, you beat me.
That is fact,
I'll pay
David.
you.
All right.
That's it. Have a great night, everyone. Beefer, thanks for having me. It's a riot. I'd like to do it in the same studio someday so we can have a lot of fun together.
We are going to do it together in the same studio at some point, David. To the listeners, bear with us, please. We had a lot of technical issues. We'll be back in April. I don't know.
No, we got a lot of post-production help. It's okay. It won't even sound bad. Don't worry about it.
No, this will be on the internet in about 15 minutes.
No, there won't be any cutouts.
All right, so I would like to thank Major Look Studios once again for sponsoring the show. Thank you to anyone that made it this far in the show with all the technical difficulties. David, thank you for joining. Alex, thank you for all the work you do for the show.
Sure thing, man.
All right, guys.
We want Major League Studios to photograph us tag teaming you.
So, on behalf of Alex Shackhow and myself, my name is Brandon Braystead. We will try again better next time. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
I love all of you. A lot. Too much.